Mike Gravel, former Democratic U.S. Senator from Alaska, is our next guest. He served 2 terms from 1969 to 81, and he's also a former candidate, of course, in this year's presidential election. He served in the Alaska House of Representatives from 63 to 66. He also became its Speaker of the House. And, of course, he is quite familiar with Alaska politics. He's now here with us to comment on Alaska Governor Sarah Palin and McCain's vice presidential running mate. Welcome to the program, Mike.
I'm happy to come aboard.
So first, tell us what the Republicans are not telling us about Sarah Palin.
Oh, I think they're very upbeat about Sarah. I have no particular negatives with respect to her. Obviously, she holds some ideological views that I disagree with, but McCain, in my mind, made a very good choice. These aren't views that I hold. I don't hold many views that with respect to McCain. But McCain has been a on and off maverick. I wish he'd been a lot more on than off. But he picked a person who is very, very unusual. She has had the courage to put the people and put integrity above party. And so she stood up to the Republican Party and the corruption therein within Alaska, and and that was, in my mind, was very courageous.
Senator, this is Larry Bensky of Pacifica. What do you make of the fact that the Republicans have been trying to beat Barack Obama about the head and shoulders, that he's not ready to lead, that we're in a constant war on terrorism, that who is he? He's a senator who's only been in office a little while. And then we get Sarah Palin, arguably much more of a heartbeat away from the presidency than Joe Biden would be under Barack Obama. We get Sarah Palin, and she might be the chief executive of the United States in this purported war on terror that the Republicans place so much stock in. What do you make of that?
Well, first off, that's the same old political garbage, and that's one of the reasons why I applaud as a former Democrat, as a libertarian, I applaud his selection of Sarah Palin, that she doesn't put up with that much, or hasn't in the past put up with that much kind of partisan, silly rhetoric. You know, for me, one of her assets is that she's got a very thin resume in politics. You know, the longer people stay in politics, the more likelihood they have of getting corrupted by the corruption in the governance process. So
but Mike, even the mainstream media are reporting very much on Troopergate, for example, and there is, of course, a lot of question about her inexperience. There is, I mean, are you saying that McCain made a strategically good choice,
Wait a second. Troopergate is going to come out in her favor when they really get down to the details of it. This trooper should have been fired, and if the unions didn't want to step up to the plate, oh no, I got to tell you, Troopergate. This is a guy that shouldn't be wearing a badge, and not when he threatens people's lives.
But didn't she use her position as governor to essentially deal with a family matter?
Well, wait a second. That guy should not be a trooper. Now, did she use her position? We don't know the details of it. I think her husband got involved. I think other people got involved. But I'll tell you what, she should have had the ability, rules aside, to fire him when they couldn't fire him. Sure, we got rules for personnel conduct. Sure, but we also have a lot of infractions. Why does the infraction have to be inferred on her side? Why not the infraction on the inability of the police leadership because of union practices on their inability to get rid of a bad apple? Do they have to wait till he kills somebody before they get rid of him?
Senator Gravel, let's turn to another matter, one that's caused a great deal of buzz here in St. Paul today at the Republican convention, and that is the announcement that Governor Palin's 17-year-old daughter is pregnant, that she is not married to the young man who is purportedly the father, and that this is being brought out now because there was so much buzz around on various blogs that indeed Governor Palin herself may not have been the mother of a Down syndrome child, but it might have been the same daughter that was the mother of that child. Now, all of this, as we were saying before, is a ridiculous sideshow in American politics that we shouldn't even be discussing, but the fact of the matter is it's out there now. How do you think it's going to play?
I think it's going to play in her favor because it is none of our damn business. You know, this is a close-knit, personal family situation, and everybody wants to be of voyeurism. Let's discuss the fact of where she stands on the issue. Here,
but Mike, on the issue,
if you want to be technical, she has more executive experience than Obama, Biden, and McCain
on the national level.
On any level. Do you think the problem?
But she has not served in national politics, Mike. She's not served in national politics. Obama at least has been in the Senate longer. He was in a state Senate, and I want to just go back to the issue of the fact that
state Senate for the same amount of time that she was mayor and on the city council of Wasilla.
All right, I want to bring up one more issue regarding the fact that people have brought up these issues about her kids, etc. There is this is a woman who's extremely pro-life. Her views are so extreme on abortion that she thinks that rape and incest victims do not have the right to abortion.
Is McCain not entitled to pick somebody of his choice? Look at. I hate to quote Rumsfeld because I don't respect him, but you got the party you got, and there's a legitimate conservative element of that party, and so McCain picks somebody who they want. Is there something wrong with that?
This is a woman who maybe
it may not suit you, but it suits them.
Certainly, Mike, but it remains to be seen, I suppose, whether Americans will see her as representative, particularly American women will see her as representative.
Right, but that's going to be the choice that you're going to have on Election Day. So we can remonstrate all we want that she may not satisfy our particular ideology. She doesn't satisfy mine. But
Thank you very
Let's take a breath here and pull back and say he's entitled to have somebody on his ticket that he respects, and he respects the fact that she has the courage to stand up to Republican corruption. Not Democratic corruption, Republican corruption of Ted Stevens and Don Young and and his son and a whole host of Republicans in the state legislature. She has the courage to stand up to the oil companies. Now, she's not my cup of tea, but at least I can have the objective ability to look at it and take it for what it is at face value and not go running around complaining about Troopergate or her child's misconduct. Boy, if you've got children or you're going to get children, just hold your breath on children's misconduct.
Senator Mike Gravel, let me ask you, you ran in the Democratic primary for president. You ran up against Barack Obama. From what I'm hearing now, you seem to think that Palin was an excellent choice by John McCain. Is it possible that you will support the McCain-Palin ticket?
No way. And nor will I vote for Obama. Here, stop and think. Why did I leave the Democratic Party? The Democratic Party is a party of war. I mean, we would not be in Iraq if it hadn't been for the Democrats. It wasn't just the Republicans and the president. We would not be giving Bush the power to invade Iran. It was the Democrats and Republicans in Congress that made that possible. It's the Democrats and Republicans that have funded this whole debacle. Here, McCain, Obama, and Biden, they got all this experience on foreign policy. They are the ones that are supporting in their political positions American imperialism, where we spend more on defense than all the rest of the world put together.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you very much, Mike Gravel, former Democratic U.S. Senator from Alaska, and he ran for president this year.